Hey, John here again. So I got this Husqvarna that came in that the customer says it runs rough. Doesn't run like it used to. It's not exactly a no start. I started up. It does run just a tad rough, but just like any other machine that is, small engine that sits around, these things sit around more than they do the work. It's probably just the ethanol taking over and wreaking havoc on the carburetor. So like most of the machines, 99% of the time, if the thing worked great before, the last time I used it, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work the next season or whatever it is, it's almost 99% of the time carburetor related. So let's just take this sucker off. This choke, I can see by the way things are looking, I think this is one of those carburetors with like a screen. I don't know if it's considered a filter, but it looks like a spark arrestor on a muffler. So just these two screws here, and maybe primer bulb. What do we got here? Primer bulb needs to be disconnected, and the electrical for the kill switch. The primer bulb, I'm probably just going to disconnect it from the carburetor. So that's all there is to that. And this is one of those carburetors with a little metal screen on there, right? So we've got to take this bottom piece off. That's a no-brainer. An 8. So it's an 8 or a Torx. I don't know what size Torx that is, but I can get my wrench in there. Once again, wicked bad lighting, sorry, just gonna have to deal. My guess is the high speed is gummed up, so this is really easy to do, and like I pointed out probably in a dozen different videos, that the carburetors are so cheap nowadays. If you don't want to clean it, just get the model number, plug it into Amazon or wherever. What I do is I plug it into jacksmallengine.com with the model number and the machine, and then get the part number, and then cross-reference that to Amazon. It usually pops up, and it'll be here the next day. So the next piece is, let's take the screen and this bracket off. That would be probably the same thing. What we got here? This is an 8. Yeah, fits in there, no problem. One of these days I'm going to get some proper lighting in here. Again, I'm putting money on it. It's the high-speed jet clogged up. Only because, like I said, there's no way to adjust this. No way to. Just lost the bolt. No way to adjust this carburetor. There's no, slow or high. When you start this thing, it's on. Whatever RPMs they give you, that's what you get. Alright, so what is this? This is probably no, it's bigger than a 10. I think it's a 13? No, hell no. Let's try 10. Yeah, it is a 10. Alright, so I can get the socket in there, but it's kind of at an angle here, where this primer bulb in your ear, so you're not going to get it there. So it is a Torx. I did have a selection of Torx here. What is this? 30 Torx? Yeah, you can get to it that way. I might try to just crack it loose with the. You can get most of it on there. So I'm going to try to crack it loose. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Now you can take your 30 Torx. I think it was 30. Yeah, 30 Torx. Get this booger out of there. This is kind of problematic. Oh, there we go. Other side of the handlebar. Alright, so now we got them off, and it does look like the gasket is, intact, no problem. So the next move is, if you have a fuel shut off, you would want to shut this fuel off. There's no fuel shut off on this machine, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of pliers and just get this clip moved up, and then take and just plug this. You can use a pair of vice grips or something to clamp a line to stop the gas flow, but let's crack it loose. Let's see if we can slip this up. Yep. Alright. Oop. Wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Probably this little fella. Let's see if we can stuff this in a hole. Yep. Alright, so plug the gas, however you're going to do it, a pair of vice grips or whatever. Now the next thing is, get this out of the way, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Probably. This rod has a little spring attached to it, and the little spring is right there, which, wow, it looks all bent up. Interesting. So get your little needle nose, turn the throttle a little bit so you can get in there. That already looks bent up for some reason. And just take that little tiny spring off. And I believe this is a hook style, not a Z-bend. So in this case, I think we can pull this towards you to get a little more access. Yeah. So pull this rod out, and then just tilt the carburetor down, and it'll fall right off of there. So make sure you don't lose this little bushing. It's just a little plastic bushing. Sometimes they fall out. So there's the carburetor, and I have a feeling that's all it is. So you got to be a little mindful of this plastic stem. I've been down this avenue more than once. It's a little thin here on the, when it goes into the carburetor. So don't accidentally drop it or torque it or something, because that will break off, and there's no repair for it. You got to get a whole new carburetor. But again, they're so cheap it doesn't really matter, but that thing will break off of there, especially if it's really cold outside and it's brittle. So let's see if we can just break this. I think it's a 12 maybe. What we got here? That's a 13. Probably a 12, but might get away with 13. Yeah. I don't know if it's a 12, 13, or perhaps a standard. Alright, so what I'm expecting in here is, first thing I want to do is look at that was your gasket. But I am going to spray this with carb cleaner, so get rid of that gasket. So this particular high-speed jet has pretty big holes. Sometimes the high-speed jet has way smaller holes. I'll show you how to clean that. I'm going to clean that anyways, but so in here, pretty clean actually. So next thing I would do is, for right now I'm just going to leave this bowl alone, and get yourself a thin blade screwdriver, right? This is the high-speed jet in here. Without stripping it, back this pin out. Sometimes this is probably a one-piece unit, but sometimes it's a two-piece unit. This part I'm backing out might be a part, and then there's the high-speed jet, that's another part. I believe this is just one part. Yeah, just got one part. So you probably can't even see that. I'm going to have to zoom in, but, well, actually I can see by the naked eye. I'll zoom in a second here, but they're little pinholes. Yeah, that's all. See how it's all, I'll zoom in a second. It's all gummed up here, but there's a pinhole here, right here at the end of this, and there's one here, and that's clogged. I can see that's clogged. There's 4 pinholes on the top. They're all clogged that I can see with the naked eye. I'll show you how to clean this, but so that's what the problem is with this machine. Just this high-speed jet. It's goofed up, but we do have another place where it could be goofed up. Just take this little pin out, and your float pin and everything will come straight out. I'm looking in there. There's a rubber seat in there. You probably can't see it, but that's another place where it can get gelled up, where your fuel comes in right here. comes in here and goes in here, and then this is where your float pin is and everything. It looks pretty clean. I don't want to lose that. There's no gel on that. It looks pretty clean in there, so I'm going to spray it out anyways, but just for now I'm just going to put this back together just so I don't lose anything, and focus on the high-speed jet, because I can see that's clogged. So I'd get that little tiny drill bit, put it in a chuck, right, and then go through, and anything that looks clogged, like this guy's clogged, I would just take the little tiny drill bit and just kind of hone it out. But if you don't have that little tiny drill bit tap set, you can just use a little piece of wire. And this wire is actually too thin, but I can feel a little resistance in there. So, you know, just go through and clean everything up. And then I spray everything out. All the holes. Every hole you can see. I can see in here in this brass setting, there's some pinholes way down deep, right there. I don't know if you can see that. So, getting into them 3 holes, there may not be anything wrong with them 3 holes, but I just always go in there and clean them out anyways. I got the top one. There's the second one. And the third one. Ooh, first time. Alright, so just clean the 3 holes out, or 2, or whatever you got, and that should do the trick there. Now for this guy here, this bigger one, where this wire is a little too thick, I'm going to use my little drill bit and just kind of go in and out of there. Let's see if the carb cleaner will come out the hole. Those 3 holes that I was just messing with. Right in the face. You see how they're coming out of there now? I don't know if you can or not. That's what you're looking for. Make sure everything's clean, not gummed up, and free flowing. So, well, let's focus on this first, since it's here. See this high speed? I can see the top tiers here are all clogged. Get my wire back out. Fresh meat. This is the bottom. See how it goes in? I don't know if you can see that. It's like flossing. It goes right through. You can use carb cleaner, but sometimes this the gel, when it gels up, it'll harden. Like this one had a little harden going on there. Didn't really pass through good. There it goes. Floss that sucker out. Now this one is totally clogged. I can see it's totally clogged. It's not even going to fit in. Yeah, it's totally clogged. So, in that case, first of all, what you should see here is when you spray in here, I'm going to try to hold this with try to clog this. You should see all 4 holes or 8 holes or whatever there is spray out of there like even money. You can see that green stuff, the crud. Actually, it might fit better in this way, yeah. So I'll hold this end over here. You should see it all squirt out. And I could see that the bottom 2 are clogged. Oop! I might have just blew it out. There it goes. Yeah. There's that. This bottom one here is still clogged. See? Oh, there it goes. Now we're talking. Let me spin a little bit. This one's still clogged. See how it's not coming out of there? Bet you this thing's going to run like a rape tape. It's through, but it won't go through. There we go. Sweet. Oop, dropped it. So that's honed out. You can see how bigger the holes are. So I'm just going to go through and keep honing these out. There's like probably 2, 4, 6, 8. Looks like there's 12 holes in this particular high-speed jet. Hey, can you drop something else? So that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to keep cleaning these holes out, and then I'm going to shoot it straight down the middle without clogging it. See if that comes out. Yep, big time. And you just clog it, and all these should spit out. Yeah, we're getting better. That's all there is to it, man. And then you just put the thing back together, start it up, and you're golden. So this thing's all set. Again, try not to get your gaskets with carb cleaner on it, because it does wreak havoc on them. And like I said, I treated this with fluid film, this gasket here, the bowl gasket, because the carburetor cleaner will affect that. And then I'll just wipe it up after I'm done here. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pin back out and just squirt this I can see it coming out, and just clean that up. But I don't think that was affected anyways. I think all this problem was the high-speed jet. We want to just wipe this fluid film off. It's not really important, you don't have to, but put the carb bowl back on, and we're good to go. Guaranteed this thing's going to be purring like a kitten. So this bowl was pretty clean. Ooh, a little shaving. But this outlet, this indent, or whatever you want to call it, protrusion, goes towards your fuel line. Right? Oh, we didn't clean this booger out, did we? We did not. Put some carb cleaner to it. You'll see squirt out both sides. Yep. So we're good. Bada boom, bada bang. This thing's going to be purring like a kitten in 4 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. Alright, so reverse order. I understand if you want to check out now, just put it back the way it came, but I always like to stick around to the end just to see if this actually works when I watch a video. So I'm going to pull this out a little bit. We'll hook this booger in. And then we'll take, I don't know if you can see that little spring. I can't see anything. So the little spring, the big rod, the little spring's in there. I'm not going to put the fuel line on yet. Put these main bolts in. Get your 30 Torx. Where was it? Don't forget your fuel line. You're gonna take the plug out, or take your vice grips off, whatever you had there for a plug. Put that guy on there. Again, be careful of this. See how this is moving around? You can snap that off really easy. Like I said, I've been down that road more than once. It sucks. Then you have to get a new carburetor, a whole new carburetor. You can't replace that stem alone. What was this thing? I think this thing was vertical, right? And let's see. I believe it went like that, yeah? Yep. And I think I was thinking about the silver boogers. What's next? I think that lower piece, dry as a bone. The lower piece, which goes on our little spark arrestor. So this piece is going to fit over the fuel line. And line up, I believe these were the little Torx guys. Yep. problem. Oh, there it is. We only have one bolt left, but there's two left. She fell down. Alright, so again, try not to break your stem, because you'll be taking this apart again. So we need to hook up the kill switch, right? No problem. And we also need to hook up our primer valve. I do clip, you know, they get widened out. I already clipped it, but I do clip off just a little bit if you got the room, just so there's a positive. Although now it's not even fitting on there. It goes, you know, because they do get swelled up a little bit. So, like I was saying before, this U section has to fit into the slot. So once we fit that in there, we're going to start this booger up like golden. Put a little kill switch in. Which way does this go? Choke. Run, choke. Right? Let's take this sucker out. Make sure everything's good. Alright, so it blows good, everything's good, so that's all I got for now. So if you have a machine that is running rough or won't start, whatever, it's always almost 99% the ethanol wreaking havoc on the carburetor, and you clean it up and solves most problems. But this machine is fairly new, so that's kind of what I thought it was. So if you do have that problem, you see how easy it is, just taking two bolts off or a couple of shrouds, a couple of bolts, clean it up, and you're back in business. Yeah. So anyways, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Yeah.